we start with exercise 5.2, question number 1. And figure is drawn here. This is the question figure, and there are 3 questions asked in it. Sorry, and we have to give reasons why this will be true or whatever it is. So this is line A and this is line B. Okay, and this you can see, this is the transversal. This line is the transversal. Actually these two are transversal, but only this line is considered if A is parallel to B. This is the symbol of parallel lines. That means A and B are parallel to each other. Then angle 1 equals to angle 5. Where is angle 1? You can see here angle 1 is there. You can see here angle 5 is there. In the last video, we have seen 6 types of angles: interior angles, exterior angles, corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and angles on the interior angles on the same side of transversal. Sorry. So you can see here that angle 1 and angle 5, they are corresponding angles. Here you can see, if you can see a L like structure is there, this is also L, this is also L. Or 2 and 6, so L and L is formed. 2 L's are formed, so these are the same type of angles, therefore they are corresponding angles, and we have seen that corresponding angles are equal in measure. So angle 1 equals to angle 5 because A is parallel to B. Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles formed by 2 parallel lines and a transversal, and are equal in measure. We have seen the property of corresponding angles. All the corresponding angles are equal in measure. So 1 and 5 are corresponding angles formed by 2 parallel lines and a transversal and are equal in measure. So this one description I have written. Other descriptions I will not write. I will explain you why it is like that. So while solving the sums, your textbook must be open. While seeing the video, your textbook must be open. So the first answer we have answered. Now I will explain you all the remaining two questions. Okay, second. If angle 4 equals to angle 6, then A is parallel to B. Angle 4 and angle 6. If they both are equal, if angle 4 equals to angle 6, then A is parallel to B. If the two lines are parallel and corresponding angles are equal, then the corresponding angles are equal. If the corresponding angles are equal, then these two lines should be parallel. This is what the reverse was also true. Now angle 4 and angle 6, they are alternate interior angles. Angle 4 and angle 6. See here, in the Z they have formed. So angle 4 and angle 6, they are alternate interior angles, and again we have seen in the explanation that alternate interior angles are equal in measure. So if alternate interior angles are equal in measure, then A is parallel to B. So what we write the answer, that angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles formed by 2 parallel lines and a transversal. Hence A is parallel to B. Okay, and the third one is, so while writing the answers, you have to see the explanation videos. Otherwise, you are not going to get it. Just copying down in the book is not going to help you. If angle 4 plus angle 5 equals to 180 degree, then A is parallel to B. Okay, angle 4 and angle 5 equals to 180 degree. 4 and 5, they are the interior angles on the same side of transversal, on one side of the transversal, and they are supplementary. Supplementary means their sum is 180 degree. Therefore, A is parallel to B. If A and B are parallel, then alternate interior angles must be supplementary. If alternate interior angles are supplementary, if their sum is 180 degree, then these two lines should be parallel to each other. Okay, so this is how, means it is like a bridge going on that side and coming from that side. For both ways the bridge is used. So if A is parallel to B, then 4 and 6 are equal, that is alternate interior angles are equal. If 4 and 6 are equal, then A and B should be parallel. These two lines should be parallel. Okay. Okay, we move towards question number 2. Now the same kind of figure in the explanation we have seen, but only the names have changed. Here A and B is parallel, C is the transversal. There we had given names A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 angles are given. Now some sub questions are given. First question, we have to identify some pairs of angles. Okay. So we have to name the angles. Which angles they have asked? Pairs of corresponding angles, pairs of alternate interior angles, pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal, and vertically opposite angles. So these are the 4 types of angles they have asked. First, corresponding angles. One and 5, 4 and 8, angle 1 and angle 5, angle 4 and angle 8, angle 2 and angle 6, angle 2 and angle 6, angle 3 and angle 7. So these are all corresponding angles. Second types of angles, alternate pairs of alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Angle 2 and angle 8, angle 3 and angle 5, angle 2 and angle 8, angle 3 and angle 5. Alternate interior angles. Okay. Fourth, I will write the answer only. Third, pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal. This side and that side. Angle 2 and angle 5. The answer third is angle 2 and angle 5. Right hand side of the transversal, and on the left hand side of the transversal, angle 3 and angle 8. Okay. And fourth answer, vertically opposite angles. See here, forget this part. 1 and 3 are vertically opposite, 2 and 4 are vertically opposite. Angle 1 and angle 3, angle 2 and angle 4, angle 5 and angle 7. If you forget this part, angle 5 and angle 7, angle 6 and angle 8. So only the observation is important. Knowing the types of angles is important. That's all. Okay, so question number 2 ends here. Quickly we move towards question number 3. Now, with all the properties known, all the types of angles known, we have to find out some angles in question number 3. So very quickly I will draw the figure. Okay, so this is the figure. This is 125 degrees. This angle is 125 degree. Here is E. Here is F. Here is A. Here is B. here is C, and here is angle D. So very quickly we'll start writing so we have to find all the measures of angle A, B, C and D, E and F. Okay. You can start anyhow. You can see that given angle 125 and angle D. Again I will explain and I will send you the notes because the writing part is much more. So angle 125 and angle D. One I will write for you. First one. Given angle 125 degrees and angle D are corresponding angles, therefore angle D equals to 125 degree. Angle D equals to 125 degree. Now you can see angle D and angle B, they are vertically opposite angles. They are vertically opposite angles. So B and D are equal, so B is also 125 degree. Now you can see that D and C, they are forming a linear pair. Linear pair means they are supplementary. So 125 minus 180, you will get C. You will get C. C, once found C, C and A are vertically opposite angles. So what will be the measure of C? Will be the same measure of A. A and E are corresponding angles. So what will be the measure of A? Will be the measure of E. E and F are vertically opposite angles. So what will be the measure of E? Will be the measure of F. So the whole you will get in the notes part. So I have explained you once again. 125 and D are corresponding angles. Therefore D equals to 125. You can find F also by linear pair. D and C are forming a linear pair. D and C are forming a linear pair. So 180 minus 125, you will get C. D and B are vertically opposite, so both are equal. C and A are vertically opposite, so both are equal. A and E are corresponding angles. They are corresponding angles, hence equal. E and F are vertically opposite angles, hence equal. Same thing, same way you have to find in question number 4 also. Let us see. Okay, so this is the question figure, and in the question figure you have to find out X angle given here, 110 is given. So we have to find out what is the value of X, what will be X. So in order to find, we have to make some adjustments in the figure. What we will do? We will take another angle here A. Okay, we will name another angle A that we are assuming as A, and we will take it here. So we will write down, let there be angle A in the figure. Let there be angle A in the figure. Now, given angle, this is the given angle 110 degree, and A and angle A are vertically opposite angles. Therefore, angle A equals to 110 degree. So A and angle A and given angle 110 are vertically opposite. Therefore, A equals to 110 degree. Again, angle X and angle A are angles on the same side of transversal. See here, are interior angles. Which angles? Interior angles on the same side of transversal. They are supplementary. Therefore, angle A plus angle x equals to 180 degree. What is the value of A? 110 degree. Plus x equals to 180 degrees. Therefore, x equals to 180 minus 110. Therefore, x equals to 70 degree. And then we have found out the value of x. Second sum is also very easy. It is the easiest. You will get it in the notes. Okay. Okay. Question 5 and question 6 I will give you afterwards. I will send you the notes first. Then I will explain you afterwards. Okay. So we end here. We stop here. Thank you.